So the pitch that I made for the how to supercharge historical society projects with OHM and open data. And as I was going through the presentation and getting ready for today, I realized what I'm going to deliver is really my kind of first time pitch of this presentation, just about the basics, not much about supercharging. I also left out very good looking audience. So what I would like you all to do right now is kind of close your eyes. You're like, oh, so touchy feely. He is from California. Maggie, you do not have to wake up. But I want you to close your eyes and imagine that you are part of a historical society. You have spent your time in libraries, culling archives, having meetings that are not nearly well as attended as State of the Map. And you're trying to figure out, how do I do all this stuff? And you may be an old school archivist or a preservationist, and ask yourself, what do people in those types of things need to know about something like Open Historical Map, but also they may never have heard of OpenStreetMap. So, all right, everybody out of your trance, and here we go. So, why do you, my assembled historical society, want to use Open Historical Map? Kind of self-explanatory for mapping history, but why? Well, the first point is cost you nothing. And then, hopefully, it fits in with all of the types of things that you already do. It helps support group activities, takes the work that you've already done and gives a new format to show them in kind of a dynamic way. It's built for digital data, and it helps you tell a real story in the context of where you used to be. Not the modern street names, not the modern buildings. When you say someone's grandmother lived at such and such a street, you want to have a map that shows the grocery store she went to, or where she worked. And it also will give you credit, so you can see her name in action. So, first things to know, anyone can make a map. Anyone here can make a map. But you don't have to start from scratch. There's already a lot of data out there. There's already a lot of information. You probably already have like lists of old addresses and where things were. And we have lots of support, just like that picture there. We have online resources to teach you about OpenStreetMap and Open Historical Map. We also have people you can ask almost 24/7. And the last thing is, you can kind of think of this as a really great place to take all your existing information and kind of build a scrapbook. And I'm going to explain how you do that. First, before I do that, I want to talk about what OHM is built on and why you should trust it as a solid platform. First of all, it's built on top of the OpenStreetMap technology stack. So that means all the software, all the editing tools. There's a huge information infrastructure built around this amazing thing called OpenStreetMap. It's kind of like a self-made map. Anyone can edit it. You ought to go check it out today. Over 7 million people are already there. It's used by all the companies you know. You've probably seen it on a site you know. They use Project. They use OpenStreetMap, and you can see it. Well, I covered it out over in the lower corner. A lot of times it will say credit to OpenStreetMap, and you can get started immediately. So I want you to know it's built on a solid technical foundation, globally scalable. It's going to be here for the duration. And what's different? Well, I'm going to show you a little bit. I'm going to focus on the historic Ballard neighborhood in Seattle. But OHM has a lot less maps. So that's a blessing and a curse. The curse is that there's nothing there. The blessing is it gives people a lot to do. And it's easy to add stuff. And we love old stuff. OpenStreetMap does not want you to map what's not on the ground today, which is perfect for their purposes and kind of gives us a reason to live. And we've got a time slider. And I'm going to talk about this inspector. Inspector is just kind of what tells you information about what's on the map. And we've taken what OpenStreetMap has and added a few key features to make it easy for you to add images. There's a little Wikipedia blurb in between there. And then you can link to your prior works and information. So maybe there's a site about a single building. You can link to it there. Maybe there's your historical society website that you want to put on there. Maybe there's other amateur historical societies that you want to link to that are relevant to the history of your neighborhood. or where you are. And I also want to point out, inside those pictures is a lot of information. So this picture says Ballard Savings and Loan Building. That's this building here, stone structure, very beautiful, still exists. Different businesses in it today. But what else is in that picture? Again, try to build a contact with your neighborhood. There's an old clock, there's a hardware store's name I couldn't make out, there's another business, there's some old ads. And you can start building this in a trolley line. Once you put that information into the historical map, you can then search for it. So say it is the Ballard Hardware Store. You can search and find out more about Ballard Hardware Store and maybe have that image there as well. So again, every resource you have for historical information becomes a basis for expanding and improving the context. Wonderful thing is you can do this bit by bit, one thing at a time, or I'll get to that. Or you can work as a team, and I'll hold that thought, so I'll come back to it. The other thing that's cool is one thing that this will enable you to do is to actually do all of your work. What's going on with the Portland Historical Society? What are they showing for Portland at the same time? You can go scroll the map down, or maybe Edmonds, or you want to see what's going on at a regional level. And so you can see at this time in 1889, Washington was still a territory. Scroll back a little ways, and you've got, it's part of the Oregon Territory. Again, context. What are the old routes? What are the trading routes? What cities were more important 100 years ago? We have the Tasking Manager, which is a product created by another OSM organization called the Humanitarian OpenStreetMap Map Team. And they have built this tool so that people can work together. So you can pick a project, a thematic project for your neighborhood or for your historical society, divide up the territory and have everybody map together. You can track the progress and now have people compete with each other, which is pretty awesome. And here are some examples, old projects, or projects you might want to do. Everyone has an old city directory. That's a bunch of text. Amazing tools are available today for tracking information, geographic information out of that text. It's not as daunting as it might seem. Machines can read the docs. We can organize the data and structure it and import it. So we're here to help you with those sorts of things. You can look at ads, old photos. I am really excited about the opportunities for thematic mapping. So maybe here in Richmond, which started out as a Huguenot settlement way back when, maybe you have traces of the Huguenot settlers today or through time. The other thing is there are huge sections of cobblestone roads here in Richmond, and like there are people who are already out there mapping where the cobblestone roads are. This is a way to preserve it and combine it with other information. And then there's micro mapping. So you take that savings and loan building. What are the last 8 businesses over there? I don't know, but somebody does, and somebody cares. And it's in the history. And you can extract it. We even have data types, special data type in OHM to help you look at the chronology of any object in the map. And I do want to say one thing. If you ever ask, how can AI help my historical society? We have lots of ideas. Lots. Now, what if you don't really know how to get started? Well, Sanborn Maps, most historical societies have gotten Sanborn Maps. We have a new partner here, oldinsuраncemaps.net, that can help you get that map online quickly and easily so that your team can start extracting the information out of it. Pretty awesome. Again, pretty turnkey. You can get up and running quickly. So next steps, visit our site, check out some of the examples. I'm going to add a micro mapping or a couple of examples there. And then reach out to me. We're here to help, always ready to present. I'll send some henchmen like Welty. And don't hesitate to tell us how we can work to make your site and your operations better. And that's what I have. That's my pitch. Okay, tough audience. Feedback.